Check the mic and make sure it sound right.
As my introduction said, I'm going to try to highlight how we are viewed by, we'll say, the elite class, and hopefully by exposing that way we are viewed, it will help people to maybe pull their heads out of the echo chamber and recognize that maybe you are just being herded like sheep. Bloomberg has a particular audience, but as part of the us and them, one of the things they do is they say, first, look how great I am and why you can believe what I say. And we can get glimpses of that starting here. Pay attention to what he says.
It's Tom, I was an early believer in crypto. I remember looking into Bitcoin first when it was at $100. I did a presentation up at the Nantucket Project on crypto.
What he didn't say was, I was an early investor in Bitcoin. It's a play on words, and it's throwing credentials around. But let's continue to listen to what the man says.
How to deal with it, how to invest in it. And I really thought that, this is a viable investment vehicle.
Okay, so you can believe me because I'm an early comer and I got all the credentials. And just in case you don't believe that I have all the credentials, let me give you a little hype man boost.
The whole bit, everything is suspect.
You're a really, really bright guy. I want you to explain the divide between Alan Auer at the Bank of International Settlements, who owns a high ground with Ken Rogoff at Harvard, on the study of
you really,
Bitcoin
really bright guy.
and the entire scarcity, the derived scarcity of it, with the community of Bitcoin that just seems miles apart, and they won't read Alan Auer.
And you dumb consumers, you won't read that type of material. Did you hear it, folks? See, that's what they really, really think of you. Oh, you doubt it? Let's let this one continue playing just a little bit longer.
Right. No, well, I think, look, because Bitcoin and any cryptocurrency at this point has not really established itself as a credible institutional investment. Right?
That's a lie. Okay, institutions are investing. Coinbase has already said that months ago, 50% of their investing community was institutional investors. But see, this is to keep everybody who's a consumer out. And I'm going to elaborate on that some more, but let him finish. Let him finish.
Right. It's really become the market of a bunch of yahoos and backwaters. And I know.
Did you hear that? You yahoos and you backwaters, you idiots.
I'm already going to be plastered on Twitter now.
No, you're not going to be plastered on Twitter. You're going to be plastered on DK. We'll talk about it. The consumers need to stop and give those money bags over because only we are supposed to be making the money. Yes, we elitists, we are way above you workers, you consumers, you worker bees, you slaves. And so that's really how they view us, folks, and what they're doing now. And you can come back and check me, and if I'm wrong in the future, I will say I'm sorry. But they know that crypto is a phenomenal opportunity. And they want your attention to be on crypto, but they don't want you to take advantage of these rock bottom prices. And so since there's probably going to be even further rock bottom prices, they want to make sure that you're afraid, scared to death to even touch it. And those who are already in it are shaken loose. Like he said, flushed out. You see, because they're elite, they have the money. They fly high above us. They already have the money. They can survive the playbook, the 47 playbook of the crunch on consumer goods, the war narratives, the inflations and the recessions and the depressions. They can survive those. So why am I doing this video? If you made it this far, thank you. I hope you like and I hope you subscribe. I'm making this video because I want everyone's head to get out of the paradigms and the narratives, even get out of the echo chambers, folks, and begin to think for yourself and seek the truth. And it just pops out in front of you like a bright light. So what is the truth? Don't be afraid. When the crypto dives, look at it as a buying opportunity, because that's exactly what they're doing. And although they try to cover it over and they put these shows on and try to keep the consumer, the eater, the locust out of it, get right in it, folks. Because this opportunity won't happen again. Now, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a religious leader. I speak on all three topics and then some more because, see, this is DK. We'll talk about it. And I've talked about it. Have a wonderful day.
But if you believe in the reset of the Iraqi dinar, it's hard to do so without actually accepting the reality that we are in the process of having a global currency reset. And a global currency reset is exactly what it sounds like. Globally, all currencies reset. Okay, that's what it means. And there is clear evidence polluting the earth that this is happening right now. I have had arguments with folks about heading towards gold-backed, asset-backed currencies. I've had arguments with folks about the transition away from cash to digital currencies and the end of cash. And I have had arguments about people on some of the things put forth that now are coming to fruition. And so this is actually one of them. We are going to a gold standard. We are going to digital money. Cash is going to disappear. The blockchain technology and cryptocurrencies, some of them are going to survive and be roadways to wealth for those who are involved. Okay, evidence. Here's some evidence. This is Ripple's website, and they're talking about the CBDC private ledger. The CBDC private ledger is based on the same technology that powers the XRPL. It's built for payments. But CBDC is central bank digital currencies. So this also means I always do stuff like that. This means the central bank private ledger is designed for issuing currencies, with over 5,400 currencies issued on the XRPL over the past 8 years. Do you see that, folks? 5,400 currencies, including its native digital asset, XRP, which can be leveraged as a neutral bridge asset for frictionless value moving between CBDCs and other currencies. What does this have to do with the Iraqi dinar? Global currency reset. Take the focus off of Iraq and step back and look at the entire landscape of money, because Iraq is just as tied into that as it is into its own money. Now let's talk a little bit about the transition to gold-backed assets. The U.S., I hope I'm right about XRP being the nuclear bomb, because the rest of the world is not going to wait for the United States to get off its duff. And like any chess game, and like any art of war, I believe that the U.S. is still working its strategy successfully despite appearances. But in the meantime, very critical news. That's not it. That's an advertisement. China will back their country's digital yuan with gold. That is a bomb going off that a global currency reset is most certainly happening. That is a bomb going off. That gold-backed, asset-backed money and currency is not on its way, it's here. Okay? So all the naysayers and arguers who argued for the sake of argument, I guess, because you were wrong, and here's the right. What does that mean for the dinar? I'll say what I say on our conference calls. You can't trade maple leaves for gold leaves. You can't trade maple leaves for gold leaves. If my money is gold leaves, why in the world will I conduct trade with you if your money is only maple leaves? So if one major economy goes to gold, unless other players join them in going to gold, they're not going to be trading their gold money for tree money, paper money. What does that also mean? Well, it could mean this. Gold could go as high as $64,000 per ounce if China backed their yuan with gold. Well, what happens when the U.S. backs their money with gold? And then Russia backs their money with gold? Then India? And then the U.K.? What if they all start backing their money with gold? What happens to the price of gold? That's a global currency reset, you see, because if right now we have a debt-based system and we switch to a gold standard, we just reset the entire global monetary system. That's what has just happened. And all this bickering about the Iraqi dinar may have been misplaced. Maybe that was what they were waiting for. Maybe they didn't want to be stuck being a maple leaf, knowing that everything was going to gold leaves. Because in the meantime, what they have been doing, and what a lot of central banks have been doing, is filling their coffers with gold.